1 year ago, Channel 5 was there when Paulsboro protected its #1 South Jersey ranking with a thrilling and memorable 23-22 victory over Paul VI that was capped by a classic match between the Raiders' Darren Dubzanski and eventual state champion Doug Arena.
We had nearly bedlam in here as Arena almost pinned Dubzanski in the second period, near the end.
And Bob, I don't know. He was pretty close to it. He was close. A lot of credit though. He fought it. Situation like this, he just wants to hold on. Uh-oh, it's going to be a big 2-2 here. If he can bring him back, Dubzanski could be in trouble.
40 seconds to go. It's 11-4, and again,
that's 1
Arena
point.
still needs 2 more for a team tie. 30 seconds to go. He's got to put him on his back. If it ends up this way, Paulsboro will win the match 23-22.
Boy, Arena's fired up. He's wrestled 6 solid minutes. Dubzanski's been given a stall warning. Arena has a power half in on him. Joe Henry rewards the point. It's going to be 4 points. The match is
That's
done.
it. We're going to have a tie match. It's 12-4. 7 seconds. We're going to have a tie
got
match.
5 seconds to get one. He's going to get one.
He got out. He got out.
He's going to win the match.
2 seconds to go.
The match is over.
He got out, and Paulsboro wins the match 23-22. Unbelievable.
He let 1 second go. Dubzanski will lose the match, but Paulsboro will win a team match.
They're going to check the score, but we're...
Tonight, the Wrestling Titans meet again, and some believe the tables could be reversed. This time, it's #1 Paul VI against #2 Paulsboro.
And now from Paulsboro High School, Channel 5 Story Communications presents High School Wrestling. #1 Paul VI against #2 Paulsboro Red Raiders from Paulsboro High School. Hi everybody, I'm Bob Shryock along with Nick Burzichelli. Nick brings back some great memories seeing that final match, Dubzanski against Arena last year, and probably one of the most exciting high school matches I've ever seen.
No question about it, Bob, and we're going to see that again tonight. I'm real positive that, Paulsboro had a little off match against Paul VI, and Paul VI is a tough team. They're returning a lot of people, and the experience is there. The only thing that they have going against them is they're at Paulsboro.
And that's the dungeon, Nick, and we talked about that a little bit before. What a difficult place this is for visiting wrestling teams.
Yeah, it's real intimidating in my mind. I mean, you come in here, it's a closed gym, it only seats about 600 people. The program is successful. They have it roped off. They bring in the bleachers. It's closed in, and like you mentioned, a lot of teams call this the dungeon.
A lot of people were here early today to get a seat, Nick, and a lot of people were turned away, unfortunately. But with just 600 people, that had to happen. You're seeing some of the crowd now. And Nick, I wanted to ask you about something very interesting. Earlier tonight, in a match that was supposed to be close, the Paulsboro Junior Varsity won its 217th consecutive match, 50-14 over Paul VI. A lot of people thought that would be close. Does that, the intimidation factor of that tremendous JV performance, possibly have any carryover effect in terms of what those Paul VI varsity wrestlers saw?
Right, I think it does. I remember when I wrestled for Paulsboro, and my backup man was wrestling JV. He went out, he did a super job against the opponent. That gave me a little added boost because I was working out with that person. So whatever he did, I knew it was going to carry over to me. It gave me that little extra push. So I think when the JV squad did a super job tonight, I think it helps a lot.
Nick, we're really looking forward to a close one tonight. Everybody points to that. Nobody can even begin to think that it would be a runaway either way. Anytime you have two great teams like this, it comes down to the matchup situation. Going down the lineups tonight, Nick, why don't you give us your view of how the matches line up?
Well, Ahern and Bernardino rematch from last year. Bernardino upset Ahern. Tonight I see Ahern going and getting the victory. It's going to be real crucial at 112 here because Paulsboro has to split the first 2 weight classes, and Paulsboro needs Cal to win. I think he's going to come up with it. And when you come down here, this is a key match for Paulsboro. Kirk Love has to come up with some big points here because they're going to need it coming into the next 6 weight classes. Tom Welsh, Adam Miller, it's a toss-up. Adam's been having a tough time this year. I'm going to have to go with Walsh. Will McKinnon, Ricky Tucker. Tucker, a real tough sophomore. I have to give him the nod. Ron Zachariah, Carl Scott. Again, these guys are matched up. This is where Paulsboro needs to split a couple of them. I'll flip the coin on this one. Dave Neiman, Mark Bay. Again, 50-50 people. This is where Paul VI, out of these 6 weight classes, have to split them. And again, a tough decision. Tom Franklin, Jason Vogelin, you have to give it to Franklin. He's got the experience. Jason has just been in the lineup 9 times this year. Jeff Sparks, John Palladino. I'm going to go Palladino. Had a super match down in down in Deep Creek. I think he has the nod. Schmidt, Redmond. Now we're coming into the 160-pound weight classes where everyone here is weighed in at the lighter weight classes and flip-flop. Joe Redmond, no matter who he wrestles, needs the big points. Again, Farrelly, Watson. If Farrelly goes against Watson, Farrelly needs the big points. Bucko, Keegan, a rematch from last year. Bucko lost to Keegan. If they wrestle again this year, I'll go with Bucko. Benny, Whalen, I have to go with Benny. He's inexperienced, but I have to go with him.
Nick, going back to that 103 weight class, it's rare that you would say that a first match of the evening would be a critical match. But that can be one tonight.
Yeah, I look forward to it. You know, there's a possibility that, you know, we've seen the Paulsboro's JV go out and do a good job, but if Ahern goes out and sticks Bernardino earlier, that could just reverse the momentum and just bring Paul VI bench right up.
Some believe that Ahern is the best at his weight class of anybody in South Jersey. Is he likely to be looking for 6 to set the tone, Nick?
Well, I know he's going to be, first of all, looking for a win because Bernardino beat him last year. Bernardino may have his number, but I think he's looking for the win first and then added extra points afterwards. And that's key. I think tonight's matches are going to come down to the pinpoints, come down to the major, superior decisions. The extra points are going to be key on either side tonight.
Well, Nick, the Super Bowl is tomorrow, but the Super Bowl of wrestling is tonight. Now I got to put you on the spot. How do you call it?
I think Paul's was going to come out with a big win. You know, they had an off match against Delsey. You can see they're coming out right now. I have to give it to them. I see the nod maybe going like 35-12, 35-17. And if Paul's has an off night, goes down to the heavyweight again.
Do they look ready to you?
Well, you know, brings back some nice memories.
Okay. We'll be back with the first match right after this. Nick Burzichelli and Bob Shryock from Paulsboro High School, the battle for number 1 in South Jersey. And Nick, I don't recall seeing a crowd as ready for a high school athletic event as this one appears to be tonight.
Well, it's a real good crowd. You know, Paul VI has waited 1 year to come back and get another shot at Paulsboro, and they brought everybody.
Pretty good official for tonight's match, Barry Jackson. Nick, we've seen him before in Channel 5, and he's a guy who really is in control.
Yeah, and he's the type of official that's needed tonight. It's going to be one of those matches, a lot of emotion.
The captains of the respective teams out in the center of the mat. Nearest to camera, that is Joe Redmond, the great undefeated 160-pounder for Paulsboro High School. The other co-captains, Jason Vogelin, and also, who was that other captain, Nick?
Wasn't quite paying attention. I was trying to listen to what the coin flip was, because tonight it's going to be crucial. Paulsboro won the coin flip. They're going to be home and odd matches.
All right, 103-pound battle coming up, and 2 of the best in South Jersey. Undefeated Mike Ahern of Paul VI. He's 13-0. Vic Bernardino of Paulsboro, 14-3. Bernardino won this one last year, and this one sets the tone for the rest of the night, Nick. And they go right after each other.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one.
103-pound battle starting the classic matchup of the number 1 team in South Jersey against the number 2. And, of course, Paulsboro would like nothing better than to win convincingly tonight, Nick, and regain that number 1 spot.
Yeah, I know the word is out. Basically, Paul VI people feel that they are the underdogs coming in today's match. And I guess that's just strategy.
Of course, sometimes, Nick, a tie, as Paulsboro had not long ago with Delsey, 24-24, will reverse things for a team. Get them started in the right direction again. Maybe just the kind of thing Paulsboro needed.
Well, that's the way you really have to look at it. You know, Paulsboro's riding high. They haven't lost. Sometimes it takes a match like that to wake them up and get them back on the right track.
50 seconds into period number 1. No score, Ahern and Bernardino. Very even matchup. Both wrestlers trying to get their teams off to a good start tonight. Tremendous match last year. 23-22, Paulsboro winning that one at Paul VI, and probably one of the most exciting scholastic sports events I've seen, Nick.
I was emotionally drained. I don't even know if I remember the match. I just remember the clip that we saw earlier, and it was just an exciting match.
It's a standoff so far with 35 seconds to go, first period, no score. How about that JV team earlier, Nick? 217 consecutive wins, but I don't remember a Paulsboro JV team any more dominant than that one was tonight.
Yeah, and they really came on at a good time because Paul VI varsity squad is extremely tough, and Paulsboro's varsity needs some type of boost, and it may have been their match tonight that's going to help.
50-14, that final score. Last 15 seconds, and
that's the first stall warning against Bernardino. We saw Barry Jackson using the wristband.
10 seconds to go in the period, still no control either way.
Bernardino, if he can just pop his head out and make Ahern think about his back, he could get this takedown.
But Ahern holds on, and they get through a scoreless first period with the only bookkeeping that's necessary, one stall warning against Bernardino. Single by Bernardino as he tries to get the upper hand. Ahern very tough on his feet.
I think later on tonight, Bob, when we see the matches progress and Paul VI in the top position, we'll see Paul VI use the legs. They're real tough on top, cross body ride, throwing the halves.
Stalemate was called by Jackson.
You can see Bernardino taking that shot in there. He's got Ahern in trouble. If he can pop his head out, he'll get the takedown.
He's close. He's close. Still trying to pop it out. There it is, and he gets the two. First points of the night go to Bernardino. 2-0 over the undefeated Mike Ahern.
Talking with John Giovanetti, the assistant coach, one of the assistant coaches for Paulsboro tonight, he said the strategy tonight for the Paulsboro kids have got to be tough on their feet, and they have to put Paul VI on the defense.
You said one of the assistant coaches. They have more assistant coaches in the Washington Redskins.
Well, this may be the Super Bowl of wrestling right here.
Minute to go in the second period. Bernardino has taken the lead here with a takedown in period number 2. Bernardino thrice beaten this season, but already has one career victory over Ahern. This is an important match for both teams, and Ahern comes out, gets the escape, and it's 2-1 Bernardino. And now a critical point in the match as Ahern tries to get a takedown himself and take the lead.
Ahern's in real good position here. He's got Bernardino in the near side cradle, and you can see the official giving him the 2.
So now it's 3-2 for Ahern as he achieves a neutral, then quickly gets a takedown.
This is where Paulsboro's got to be quick on the bottom because Paul VI is real tough on that cross body ride. You can see Ahern's working it now. He's getting a little high, and Bernardino may get the reversal here. He's got 5 seconds left.
2 seconds, and that'll do it. Ahern does a good job of countering in the final seconds of the second period, and as anticipated, we have a very tight first match that young man, Mike Ahern, leads 3-2 over Vic Bernardino. Ahern trying to quickly reverse as the third period gets underway, and he gets the point on the escape. Now it's 4-2, and a very critical point of the match for Bernardino, Nick.
Right, exactly. He was able to take Ahern down in the, I believe it was the second period. He may feel he's the more aggressor on his feet, and he's got to use it. He's only got 1 minute and 40 seconds left in the third period.
Can't afford to give Ahern the takedown. They want to give that young man a 4-point cushion. So Bernardino still with a good shot, trailing 4-2 with 1:29 to go. Jam-packed crowd at Paulsboro. Bernardino again in for the single, showing good quickness tonight, but he hasn't been able to convert.
He's got to make Ahern think about his back because Ahern will give up.
Stalemate called again by Barry Jackson. 1:17 to wrestle, a 4-2 lead as Ahern tries to keep his undefeated streak alive. Only a minute to go. How important, Nick, is it for a wrestler like Bernardino to know that he can defeat an undefeated wrestler like Ahern?
Well, one thing about it, he beat Ahern last year. That has to have some kind of mental edge. But you can improve greatly over a year. So it's difficult. You know, he's in the hometown. He's in Paulsboro. He's in for a takedown here. He's got a good pot. He's got it.
Tied at 4 with 38 seconds to go. Now Ahern will try to escape or reverse to win this match.
And both of them have a stall warning right now. Ahern was hit with a stall warning a few seconds ago. Bernardino's in with a good tight waist. Ahern switching.
20 seconds to go. Ahern trying to reverse. Tied at 4.
Bernardino doesn't want to give him 2. Wants to hold on. If he gives him 1, he wants to get the takedown now.
With 8 seconds to go. Ahern could win this match. 5-4 lead for Ahern. 3 seconds. And that'll do it. Mike Ahern of Paul VI on a late escape defeats Bernardino 5-4 and gives number 1 ranked Paul VI a quick 3-0 lead. Good first match, Nick.
Yeah, that was exciting. It was key there that Bernardino, he may have lost the match. He was in it the whole time, but he didn't give up the big points. Here's the instant replay. We'll see Ahern finally getting that reversal, but he gets a neutral. Bernardino didn't give him the reversal, gave him the 1. He had an opportunity for the takedown in the end, just couldn't do it. Good match.
Ken Hirschen of Paul VI out on the mat awaiting Mike Cicala, who is 17-1 in the season. A little bit of early pressure on Mike.
Yep, exactly, and I think Paulsboro knew going in here they have to split these first 2 weight classes. The junior, Cicala has been doing a good job this year, and another tough match.
So the first match every bit as good as we thought it would be. A 5-4 advantage to Ahern. Bernardino wrestled well, but a 1-point loser. And Hirschen going right after Cicala. 21 seconds into the first period, no score. We're at 112 pounds. Paul VI leading this one 3-0. Their undefeated 103-pounder Ahern gets the job done, but it wasn't easy. Single by Hirschen, driven out of bounds. Gary Papa, the head coach of Paul VI High School. Paul Marina, Paulsboro High School, 2 of the best in South Jersey. It's like another even pairing at 112. Single by Cicala, trying to convert it into a takedown. Hirschen, very active, gets off the mat.
Yeah, Cicala was in on a good cross-grain single, tried for a switch it to a double, and Hirschen countering right out of bounds.
It appears that the strategy, Paul VI, is to be very aggressive. They're coming right out after Paulsboro. Still no control. We've wrestled a minute into the first period. 112-pound battle.
See Hirschen trying to run around Cicala because he had the underhook, had it underneath his arm. Cicala doing the best counter he could by just facing him and coming back in a neutral position.
46 seconds to go in a scoreless first period. And again, Hirschen making that first move. Hirschen is 12-1-1. Cicala is 17-1. Boy, there's some great matchups tonight. Many of these wrestlers on both teams among the leaders in the individual records published in the Courier-Post this week. Of course, in the Courier-Post rankings, Paulsboro is listed number 3. Great move by Hirschen. He gets the takedown and leads it 2-0. And he gets that with 20 seconds to go in the period. Hirschen very aggressive.
He really is. He's going after Cicala. Cicala's not really doing anything, not really making the moves, but it's early on in the match.
5 seconds in the period. Real good first period for Kenny Hirschen of Paul VI as he leads once beaten Mike Cicala 2-0. This could be a blow for Paulsboro if Hirschen could win this one.
On paper, I would say yes.
Paul VI chant for Kenny. Kenny. How did you like the psychological ploy used by Paul VI in the warm-ups tonight, Nick, which was 2 wrestlers coming out at a time, the first 4, and then 1 at a time?
Well, I thought it was interesting. It reminds me of college, where college you just there is no team basically. You just go out, warm up on your own, and get the job done. And it was typical of that.
Just underway second period, 2-0 lead for Hershen, who's on the bottom. Mike Sakala with his work cut out for him as the 6 lightweights have been impressive. Switch tried by Hershen, but countered nicely by Sakala. Enthusiastic crowd, and they've been here a long time, Nick. Guess some of them brought their dinners.
Well, the doors opened up at 4:45. I don't know what time people started lining up, probably around 3.
Like the old days at Paulsboro
Yeah.
High School, Nick, when you couldn't get in if you weren't here by mid-afternoon for a Saturday night match.
Yeah, exactly right. And from what I understand, the doors opened up at 4:45 and shut at 10 after 5. So they packed 600 people in 20 minutes.
A tough ticket. We're fortunate they let us in.
We had a hard time, John Mondelli and myself. We went to the back of the gym, knocked on the door, no one was there. We went to the front, almost mobbed by people. Yeah, I'm from Channel 5 too, let me in. That's what they
There's a lot of places won't let Mondelli in, you know.
Yeah, I try not to hang around with them.
Sakala breaking down Hershen, but Hershen extremely active. Not an easy mark for Sakala. 1:15 to go second period, and Hershen still leading at 2-0.
Sakala hit with a stalling. He's got to make an offensive move. He's got to try to put Hershen on his back.
What would you guess, Nick, that Ahern's victory at 103 did for the overall team morale of Paul VI? Is that helpful?
Yes. Yeah, no question. They just watched their JV team get blown out of the gymnasium, and, the varsity really probably didn't take too much of it, and Ahern comes out with a win. Because you can be emotionally drained before you even get on the mat.
Tough ride by Sakala here in the second period as Hershen just never quit. Great switch by Hershen, but Sakala hanging on for dear life. Sakala doing a great job.
He really is. Hershen's making all the moves. He's doing the sitting out, the turning in. He's doing the switches, and Sakala, all he can do is be on the defense and try to break them down.
50 seconds to go in the period. 2-0 lead for Ken Hershen of Paul VI. Non-conference wrestling. Paulsboro, of course, Colonial Conference champion 17 consecutive years, among their many other extraordinary team marks. And the heavy favorite again to win South Jersey Group 1. Hershen again trying to switch out, and Sakala again breaking him down nicely.
Boy, Hershen's tough on the bottom. He's not giving Sakala an opportunity. Looks real tough.
Sakala, of course, knows the arithmetic here. Trailing 2-0, does not want to go into the final period with more than a 2-point disadvantage.
Oh, that's true. See, every time Hershen gets up, he's got an opportunity to get out, and he's going to get the neutral.
That's a big point. That is a big point for Ken Hershen. Gives him a 3-0 lead with 35 seconds to go in the period. And now a real critical time for Sakala as Hershen again makes the first move and almost
he can
pays
bring him
for
in,
it.
he'll get the takedown. He's got it.
He paid for that one,
yes,
Nick.
He did. Yes,
3-2. He made that aggressive first move and he got caught.
Yep, you're right. Absolutely right. And that's what happens, After a while, you can really start scouting your opponent. If he takes a quick shot, he's doing it every time, you wait for it. And he gunned him, and that's what happened. It was a great job by Sakala. But again, Hershen's on the bottom. He's getting up. He's taking a lot out of Sakala by doing this.
So Sakala with an important 2 points to get right back in this one. Trails by just 1 with 21 seconds to go in the second period. 112-pound action. And Paul VI has a 3-0 team lead.
Again, a nice switch by Hershen.
15 seconds.
It's going to be a stalling against Paulsboro.
And that's a point.
Yep.
That's 4-2 for Hershen. Sakala's got to be getting tired because you don't see too many guys as aggressive on the bottom as Hershen's been in this period.
Well, what Sakala needs to do, he needs to get the first move and break Hershen's hips down. Maybe a tight waist, far ankle. There it goes. He got it that time, and his hips are now on the mat. Now he's got a little bit more control. Got to keep going to the ankles and breaking him down.
5 seconds in the period. And Sakala has just 2 more to ride him out, and I am impressed with Kenny Hershen on the bottom in this period. That'll do it. End of 2 periods, and another good one. It's 4-2 for Ken Hershen.
Now Sakala has his choice. He's going to take bottom. And he's in an opportunity where he can score some points on the bottom.
Real good match at 112 pounds, following a good one at 103, where Ahern was victorious over Bernardino. Now Sakala would love to reverse, get it tied at 4, and take it from there. And let's see how Hershen does on top. We've seen him perform very well on the bottom.
And he's got Sakala in a little bit of trouble. He's got this Hamilton ride. It's a pinning combination. Sakala's got to watch himself here.
Hershen appears to have extraordinary energy, Nick.
Yeah, he really does. And he's doing a good job because he's going after Sakala, but he's gotten a little high here. And he's given up 1 point. Now Sakala, we knew, took Hershen down already. We'll see what happens.
4-3 lead now for Hershen. A long way to go, minute 19. And now the takedown by either wrestler can win this match for them.
We got to watch ourselves here. Exactly right. Both wrestlers have an opportunity to pull it out, and again, this is another key matchup.
Remember, Nick said that the feeling is Paulsboro had to split the 2 lightweight matches. So the Raiders looking for a win by Sakala here. Single by Hershen. Minute 5 to go. Hershen leads it. Sakala's already lost 1 point on stalling.
You see Hershen doing a good job with that single. He's keeping Sakala in motion. Sakala's unable to counter him. But a real nice job by Sakala. You see Hershen letting him up just for a second. Sakala faced him.
Another one of those great pairings on paper that turned out to be more than that. It's a great match.
You know, between them, what do they have? 29.
2-1. That's not bad.
Brutal.
44 seconds to go. Sakala 17-1 in the season, trailing by a point.
And both of them have stall points.
Another single by Hershen. Oh, just runs out of mat. Just runs out of mat.
Hershen, real good job on that single. Put Sakala on the defense.
33 seconds to go.
30 seconds.
Sakala needs a takedown. 25 seconds. And 24. Mike Sakala knows what he has to do. Has to have a takedown to win this match.
Hershen taking a wild shot.
Boy, I tell you, he is so aggressive.
There's a stall. This match is tied. Nope.
Now that's the first one.
That's his first one.
14 seconds to go. Now Hershen has to be careful.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought before he was given a stall.
Hershen goes after him again and almost pays for it. He just doesn't quit being aggressive.
No, he's on the offense. Sakala's not unable to counter it, and it's going to pay off for him. He's going to win this match.
3 seconds to go.
Left.
Sakala needs a lightning takedown. He's not going to have time to do it. That's it. A 4-3 victory for Ken Hershen over Mike Sakala of Paulsboro, and Paul VI leads this 6-0. The battle for number 1. We'll be back. Nick Burzichelli and Bob Shryock. Nick, you felt that Paulsboro had to split the lightweight matches. They haven't done it. They trail 6-0.
And this puts a lot of pressure on Kurt Love. He needs 6 points for the team. He needs to get him right back in.
And he may be able to do it. Love, 14-time winner this year, and this is apparently the weak link in the Paul VI lineup. Joe Eichfeld with a 2-9 record.
You know, Eichfeld, even though he has a 2-9 record, if he doesn't get pinned, he doesn't give up the major superior decision. That's going to be just like a win for Paul VI. And the way Paul VI has been coming out, Paulsboro, Eichfeld may have a shot at this.
Love gets to 2 and leads it 2-0. 2 1-point wins for Paul VI. Ahern at 103, Hershen at 112. 2 good matches. And the Eagles win them both. So some pressure at 119 pounds on Kirk Love of Paulsboro. One of those great wrestling family names in Paulsboro, the Love family. Minute 10 to go, first period. Kirk Love trying not only for a win, but a decisive win over Eichfeld to get the Raiders right back in this one. And he has Eichfeld turned over, has back points. And Eichfeld squirms out of more difficult situation, and no back points.
Only got a 1 count on that.
Good job by Eichfeld.
Well, that's going to be his job. There's no question about. Coach Papa said, Joe, go out there, give 100%. If you get thrown on your back, stay off your back, do whatever you can. Don't give up the big points. And that's the strategy in this match.
40 seconds to go, first period, as Kirk Love of Paulsboro has a 2-0 lead over Joe Eichfeld. For your Post Wrestling Top 10, this week's poll, Paul VI is ranked number 1, and in this poll, Lenape has the nudge over Paulsboro. Lenape's rated number 2, Paulsboro number 3. Then Vineland, of course, Vineland coming up on the Paulsboro schedule, Nick.
Yeah, and that's going to be another match too close to call, I think.
Highland, of course, always in there, but when's the last time you saw Highland down as far as number 5?
It's amazing what one loss can do.
Buna, Haddon Township, Delsey, that great Delsey team we've seen before this year in Channel 5, Pennsville and Overbrook rounding out the top 10. 5 seconds to go in the period, and this has been Kirk Love's period, although he has just a 2-point lead. Won't be long before we're into postseason wrestling, Nick.
It really comes quick, doesn't it?
Yeah. I understand Paulsboro will, well, the winner of Group 1, you automatically say Paulsboro.
There's head coach Gary Papa, Paul VI. What a great job he's done there.
Fine young man, too.
He's got really the best of all worlds. He built a real good program. He's at a private school. He's able to, I don't want to say recruit, but he's able to draw some kids. He's able to draw that top talent because he has a fine program, and it's a great academic institution.
Eichfeld with top position as we start the second period. He has only a 2-9 record this year, but so far acquitting himself well against Kirk Love.
No, he's doing a good job. You can see he's using that cross body ride on Love. Love's unable to get out of it at the moment, and Eichfeld's just going to start eating the clock out.
Stall warning against Paul VI.
Love, he's on the bottom. He's got to do a quick stand-up. If he feels like Field's leg coming in, he's got to grab it and lift it to the ceiling. There's the stand-up.
Pretty good counter by Eichfeld.
Yeah, he's working underneath. The little switch, re-switch.
Still has control. Now the point for Love. It's 3-0. 1 minute to wrestle, second period.
Love really needs to go at him now. He needs these 6 minutes. He needs to push Eichfeld. He goes into a cradle. If he locks it up, it could be it. Eichfeld able to come up on top on that. Love trying to rush it a little bit. A little high here. If he can get his hips down and head up, tie up Eichfeld's legs, he can put him away, but Love is a little high. Here comes a double grapevine. This could be it. There it is.
He got him. 31 seconds to go in the second period. A big 6-pointer for Kirk Love of Paulsboro. That gets the match even at 6-6, even though Paul VI has won 2 matches and Paulsboro only 1. And that's where the pins come in very handy.
That's right. Paul VI was able to split the first 2 matches, and Love came and got the 6 points. It's not where Paulsboro wants to be right now, but I'm sure they'll take it.
Kirk Love pins Joe Eichfeld of Paul VI. 31 seconds to go in the second period. Now Adam Miller of Paulsboro, 13-5. Tommy Welsh, one of Paul VI's better wrestlers, at 14-1. Walsh comes right after Miller, gets a single. 125-pound match, and this one is already heating up as a great team match tonight.
We're heading into these 6 next weight classes, Bob, and it's going to tell the story. Paulsboro's got to come away with a few of these wins, and Adam Miller can start it right here.
Great press coverage of this match tonight. Ulster County Times here. Double staffing by the Philadelphia Inquirer. Don McKee and Gus Ostrom. Courier Post is here. A lot of attention being given to this match. 1:20 to go first period at 125 pounds. Miller and Walsh.
Miller can bring him down to the mat. Would have been 2. Good job by Miller. Now let's see off the whistle here, Bob. We've seen the past 3 matches. Right off the whistle, Paul VI took a shot. Walsh didn't do it that time.
That helped Hershen, although it did cost him 1 takedown. It still, I believe, was a critical factor in the outcome of the match. No scoring yet between Miller and Walsh with 50 seconds to go in the first. Single by Walsh.
Miller can put the half in. You counter Walsh's move here because Walsh was in tight on that single. If he pops up, he's in trouble. Good job by Miller by throwing that wizard. Walsh. Real aggressive. Throwing Miller out. I like that.
I understand you warmed up for tonight's match, Nick, by watching the Glow Girls on cable.
Yeah, it's one of the finest sports in the land.
20 seconds to go first period. Still nothing between Miller and Walsh. We have had 3 real tight pairings at 103, 112, and now obviously this one. 1-pointers by Ahern and Hershen of Paul VI at 103, 112 respectively. And this period is going to wind up 0-0. Harry Jackson doing a good job of officiating tonight, thoroughly in control. So bottom position for Tommy Walsh as we start the second period. Great wrestling fans from both schools. Paulsboro, of course, traditionally through the years, probably the best wrestling fans in South Jersey and most supportive. And Paul VI has a great contingent of its own, Nick.
Yeah, I remember last year at Paul VI Auditorium, they seated a lot of people and it was just great. I mean, both sides saw a real exciting match. And they're seeing one tonight.
I don't know if you can see one better than that, Nick, but maybe we'll do it yet tonight. Who knows?
Yes, I think we're on the verge of another match of last year.
And a point for Tommy Walsh on the neutral. He leads at 1-0. And a single by Walsh quickly.
Single.
And I believe Miller's hurt.
Yeah.
He is hurt.
There's
Did not see what happened, Nick, but you could tell immediately that he was grimacing.
Yeah.
The quick move by Walsh.
Walsh went in on a single. Miller's knee possibly could have went out.
So the Paulsboro coaches giving attention to Adam Miller. He's sitting up. That's a good sign.
And you can see
rubbing his left knee.
Yeah, exactly. You can see Larry Cox. He's another assistant coach at Paulsboro, is a physical therapist. So helps to have a person like that out there.
Isn't that gentleman with the suspenders, Vince Testa, the former Clearview coach?
Yep, absolutely. So Miller's recovering a little bit. It's going to be interesting. 6 points at a default here would really hurt Paulsboro.
Miller okay. He's ready to resume action. It's 3-0 now.
Yeah.
Takedown by Walsh gives him the 3-0 lead.
Walsh went in, initiated the takedown. He had the takedown. Miller was hurt, and Barry stopped the match.
Walsh, a very physical wrestler, is working over Miller here in the second period. 1:10 to go. Walsh has lost only 1 match this season. Among the top wrestlers at 125 pounds in South Jersey, Nate Lashley of Delran, Brett Denovi of Williamstown, John Barcelo of Pittman, Rob Sentman of Highland all undefeated, and Walsh with one loss at 125. That's one of the strongest weight classes in South Jersey. 30 seconds to go in the second period, and Walsh has a 3-0 lead.
Walsh in total control here. He's got the Miller's armed bar. He's working on a half. If anything, it's going to be stalling. It's a stalling against Walsh of Paul VI. Interesting.
Jackson explaining to Tommy Walsh why that call made, and apparently Walsh accepting it. Standing room only at Paulsboro High School. Coach Marina wanting an explanation from Barry Jackson, who's now talking to the timer.
I think they're adding 3 seconds to the clock.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see if it's done at the table.
Clock showing 9 seconds to go in the period. And apparently they're not going to change it. Walsh will try to be careful here that Miller does not. Oh, Miller gets a point. Might be a big point because he gets it with 8 seconds to go in the period. 2 seconds.
Got taken down.
Yeah, he gets it right at the buzzer. A big takedown for Tommy Walsh. Gives him a 5-1 lead. Nick, that looked like a big point for Miller because he got his with 8 seconds to go. Got him within 2. And then just that quickly, Walsh goes back into a 4-point lead with a great takedown.
Right, that doesn't help Miller's case at all here.
2 minutes to wrestle at 125 pounds. Walsh in the top position, and
good reversal by Miller.
how about that? Miller right back in this match. It's now 5-3. Adam Miller.
Now he's got to put the pressure on Walsh here. You could see after Miller was taken down with time not left on the clock, he slams his hand on the mat, and a few seconds later he gets the reversal. So, that might have been just the boost he needed.
We've had 3 real tight matches. Miller has a chance now, trailing by 2. But he can't give up another reversal or an escape to a wrestler of Walsh's caliber at this stage of the match. Good job by Miller countering Walsh's moves. But Miller still needs 2 more points at least. $1:10 to go.
If Miller can just throw some halves, stay to the side, be the aggressor on this. Walsh has a stalling against him. If you can possibly get a stall point, that'll put him in a position to win the match.
Miller trying to work the half in to turn Walsh, and Walsh
coming right back.
50 seconds to go. The crowd beginning to get into this one.
45 seconds.
And now, stalemate is called by Jackson. 42 seconds to go. Walsh leading 5-3.
Head coach Paul Marina, a little worried.
Looking very concerned. He knows it's going to be a tough one tonight. Switch tried by Walsh. Miller with a good counter, but Miller has to put Walsh on his back.
Well, if he can break Walsh's hips down, Miller's got him in a bar arm situation. He's in a pinning combination. He's got an opportunity. But he's getting a little high here.
25 seconds. Miller knows what he has to do, but he's running out of time to do it. 15 seconds.
And there's the 1 point for Miller for stalling, but Walsh is coming right back.
5-4 now, 10 seconds to go.
Not going to be enough.
5 seconds. Walsh trying to come out. He's going to win this match. Another 5-4 victory for Paul VI. They have 3 one-point wins. They've won 3 out of 4 matches, but their team lead is only 9-6. We'll be back. 130-pound action at Paulsboro High School. Ricky Tucker of Paulsboro has 13 wins this season. His opponent, Will McKinnon, a sophomore who is winless at the varsity level, has only wrestled 3 times. So, Nick, we could have a situation here where Paulsboro takes a team lead if Tucker gets the job done, even though Paul VI would have won more matches.
Right, and it's going to come down to this. I mean, Tucker's got a lot of pressure on him right now. He needs 16 points. He's got 6 minutes to do it, and he's got to do it. There's no question about it. But you're right. Paulsboro's only going to come away with winning 2 matches here, and possibly can hopefully get the pins.
Well, you're supposed to win the close matches when you have 2 great teams like this going at each other, and so far that's what Paul VI has done. 1-pointers by Ahern, Hershen, and Walsh. 3 good matches, but in all 3, the Eagles come out on top.
We used to have a saying when I wrestled, and when Bob Fredericks, the great mentor of Paulsboro when I was there, you win the ones you're supposed to and half the ones you're not.
That worked for him, didn't it?
Yes, it really did. Win the matches you're supposed to, and the ones that you're the underdog, win half of those. Win the ones you're not.
1:07 to go in the first period. No score between Tucker and McKinnon. 9-16 lead for Paul VI. They've won 3 bouts. Paulsboro just won. That was a pin by Kirk Love at 119. But a long way to go. Still 9 matches left tonight as we now wrestle 13 matches in the NJSIAA for the first time this year. Tucker in quickly for the single.
Good double to a double.
And nice
to
job.
a half.
Very nice drop.
He could have
takedown. Has him in
could
trouble.
have McKinnon in trouble here.
McKinnon
doing a good job by bracing his arms back. Tucker getting the count. Only a 1 count. Barred the arms and bringing McKinnon right over. Boy, look at the aggressiveness
now we'll get him.
Of Rick Tucker. He's got him tight. He's a little high, though. He recovered well, and McKinnon's still on his back.
Tucker looking for 6. McKinnon just trying to avoid the pin. 12 seconds to go in the period as Tucker tries to finish him off. 5 seconds. McKinnon trying to get through the period. 2 seconds.
And he will.
That'll do it.
Boy, nice job by Tucker and a good job by McKinnon not giving up that pin within that first period.
5-0 lead for Ricky Tucker. Gets the near fall, and the crowd really enjoying themselves tonight. Great scholastic wrestling.
That's got to set the psychological advantage to Tucker. No question about it. He was able to put his man on his back, ended the period with his man on his back, and Tucker needs 16 points.
Haven't seen many back points tonight, have we?
No, we really haven't. Love, I don't know if Love was given back points. He just pinned his opponent.
No, just pinning.
Right.
No back points in any of the other 3 matches till this one.
Good double again by Tucker. And a reversal.
Tucker with a 7-0 lead. Feels in command. Knows he has to get more than 3 for the team.
He just cannot let up. You know, wrestling, anything can happen. Get put right on his back. He's working on a near side cradle here. But he's got to get that leg out. McKinnon's hooked in there. He's going to switch, re-switch. Tucker's in a little bit of trouble.
How about this? Reversal. Give the sophomore some credit. He reverses Tucker and gets back within 5 points at 7-2. So Tucker throwing everything at McKinnon, but McKinnon back in the match a little bit. Paul VI, number 1 ranked in South Jersey. Paulsboro trying to recapture that ranking.
What a well-disciplined team Paul VI is. You know, after each break in the match, you see Paul VI wrestlers looking over to Gary Papa, their head coach. And that's a well-disciplined team.
McKinnon, nearly pinned in the first period, is battling away here.
McKinnon's high. Tucker's in that Peterson. He has the Peterson, and back points are going to be awarded.
9-2 lead now for Tucker.
Tucker trying for the pin. Peterson is so tough to pin from here. What Tucker's got to do, if he loses this move, he's got to go behind McKinnon and get control. And he got 2 and 3.
12-2 for
Oh, they're giving a
Tucker.
neutral here. And McKinnon's going to be giving a neutral. And that, I think, works in the favor of Tucker. You can see Tucker cross-grain single to a double. Recovered well on McKinnon's counter. And he's got McKinnon in a little bit of trouble because he's going to push McKinnon back and try to get some back points here.
Have to get it quickly. 15 seconds to go in the
That should
period.
be 1 point. That's going to be a 1 point penalty against Tucker for pulling the uniform.
So it's 12-4 now. McKinnon seems to have 9 lives in this match, Nick.
Well, that's good for Paul the Sixth. It's not very favorable for Paulsboro.
12 seconds in the period. And 5 seconds. Ricky Tucker of Paulsboro well in control of this match, leading at 12-4, but Will McKinnon of Paul VI at least is keeping it interesting. It looked like for a while in that period that Tucker might be able to work close to a technical fall.
Right, and now Tucker's on top. He's got 2 minutes left. He needs the points here. There's no question about it. He needs the big points or the pin.
Bottom position for McKinnon starting the final period. (9-6) lead for Paul VI. Paulsboro's Ricky Tucker leading this one 12-4. Tucker with 13 wins this season.
Tucker's getting a little sloppy here, and it's giving McKinnon an opportunity to get a reversal here.
.120 to go in the match.
Tucker's in control, but one thing in McKinnon's favor is the clock is ticking. And a stalemate's being called.
With 1:09 to go.
Now I think you have to let him up. I think you have to let McKinnon up and get in a neutral position. Give the 1 point up and start pushing him on his feet.
Oh, it'll be a real bonus for Paul VI, Nick, if McKinnon could hold this one to a 3-point decision.
Oh, there, no question.
McKinnon, remember, winless, and there's the point Nick was talking about. It's now 12-5, and Tucker says, I'll get the takedown and ensure at least the 4-pointer for the team. But he'll look for takedown and back points.
Well, he's got the double. He's got McKinnon maybe in a little bit of trouble. He's got an opportunity here to get some back points. He's got to make McKinnon think about his back.
But McKinnon gets out of trouble again. 45 seconds to go.
Belly down, nice. But he's real aggressive here. He's barring that arm back and bringing McKinnon over.
He's got back points here, and
he's
now
got to have a pinning combination.
He'll try to finish him off. 30 seconds to go in the period.
A little too high, though. He's got to get his hips down, head up, hips down. He's now double grapevine the legs. He's got McKinnon in a little bit of trouble here, but McKinnon's right shoulder is up.
20 seconds to go.
McKinnon doing a real good job on the bottom, not giving up this pin so far, but it's tough here. This could be it.
12 seconds to go.
There it is!
Got it! With 8 seconds to go in the period in the match, Ricky Tucker pins Will McKinnon. 6 big team points for Paulsboro. Boy, they needed that one. The Raiders back in the lead, 12-9. Their only 2 wins have been by pins. Paulsboro fans loving it. Paul VI has won 3 out of 5 matches, but trails by 3 in the match.
That's why I like the pins, Bob. Technical falls, I just like the sport of pinning. It's great.
Great job by Ricky Tucker. Here it is.
Now this is a coin flip here. Oh, here's the pin by Tucker. Boy, what a nice job. He's up on top of McKinnon. He realizes he's not able to pin him, so he steps over and double grapevines the legs. That takes out the base of McKinnon, and then he worked on his neck. Boy, it's just a matter of time. Nice job by Tucker.
135 pounds. A good matchup here. Ron Zachariah of Paul VI has won 11 times this year. Carl Scott of Paulsboro has won 14 times. So it's 12-9 for the Red Raiders of Paulsboro, even though they've only won 2 of the first 5 matches. Pins by Love at 119, by Tucker at 130. Single by Zachariah. To a double.
Good job by Scott, keeping Zachariah's base broken down and not giving him the opportunity to get his hips under him. And he breaks away for a neutral to start over.
Minute 17 left in the first period. No score, Scott and Zachariah.
So far, Paul VI has just been coming at Paulsboro on the takedowns, though.
Great parity in South Jersey wrestling, I think, this year, Nick. A lot of outstanding teams. We talked about that top 10 before, but I don't recall a year when there were as many really solid teams in South Jersey. You used to think of Paulsboro and Highland and then a lot of other good teams, but now a lot of great teams.
Yeah, you know what I'm real impressed with is the team that Ed Castellari is fielding down in Buna. He's done a real good job down there. It's his second year as head coach. He took Paul VI down to the heavyweight match last week and lost it. A lot of people said he should have won that match. But Buna's a team of the future.
He's a good friend of yours, isn't he, Nick?
Yeah, roommate from school.
Uh-huh.
I wrestled his brother, Doug, during my high school year. Real nice people.
26 seconds left in the first period, and Scott and Zachariah are scoreless. It's a full house at Paulsboro High School, and they haven't been disappointed. Outstanding scholastic wrestling. 10 seconds to go in the period. Been a lot of tight first periods tonight. This is another one. 4 seconds to go. Zero, Scott and Zachariah after one. Bottom position for Ron Zachariah as we start the second period. Larry Paul of Glassboro has the top record at 135 pounds in South Jersey this season. He's the transfer from Illinois we've seen twice on Channel 5. He's 16-0, and he's a good one. Joe Delgrado of the aforementioned Buna team is 14-0. John Johnson of Morristown is 12-0. And Mike Shields of Woodbury, 11 wins this season, is having a great year. "17 seconds into the second period. Still no score, Zachariah and Scott. Paul VI has won the close ones. Paulsboro has won the couple of pins. Paulsboro is going to have to win one of these close ones.
No question about it. They've got to take the aggressor here, and Scott can set the momentum here by beating Zachariah because they have not won the close ones, as you mentioned.
1:30 to go in the second. Scott riding Zachariah. And a stall warning against Carl Scott of Paulsboro. It's the first against either wrestler at 135. Talking about those rankings, we mentioned the Courier rankings, which has Paulsboro number 3, of course, in the Inquirer poll. Paul VI also number 1, and Paulsboro number 2 on lineup E3. "55 seconds to go in the second period, and still goose eggs on the board in this match.
Well, Zachariah is doing a good job. He's standing up. He's making Scott the defender on this. Scott's got to take the offense and do exactly what he's starting to do. He's putting Zachariah's hips to the mat. He's trying to turn him over. And now, now you have to really look at is they're stalling on the bottom.
27 seconds left in the second period. And no score. So we've had 4 very close matches and 2 Paulsboro pins. That's been the story of the match so far. Switch tried by Zachariah. Scott countering everything thrown at him so far by Zachariah. And 15 seconds to go in the period. Scott's in pretty good shape here, Nick, if he can ride him out and then get the bottom position in the third.
Right, exactly. But he's got to watch himself. Zachariah's got a Peterson on him. 3 seconds left. If he can just hold on and get into the third period, he's got a good shot at it.
And that's where we are. Nothing after 2, but Scott in good shape now as he had a nice ride in the second period and now is in a position where he can score some points. Paulsboro leading 12-9.
I look to see Zachariah using the legs. He's a big person. If he gets Scott's hips down, he'll start using the legs, and that's what he's going to do. You can see he's up top.
A tight matchup at 135 pounds. And still no score. Very rare, Nick, that you go into the third period in a high school match tied at nothing.
Good stand-up switch by Scott. Gets the reversal.
2 points for Scott. He leads at 2-0 on the reversal.
But Scott's got to be on the offense here because he has a stall warning against him, and the official's going to be looking at this. Zachariah hasn't made any attempt to get out. But he's going to be looking heavier on the top man because he's winning, and he's just looking at a stall possibly.
1:20 to go. Carl Scott of Paulsboro leading at 2-0.
Good Peterson roll by Zachariah. But he hit it right at the line.
Zachariah has to score some points. He's trailing at 2-0. Still a long way to go, 1:10.
And there goes the stall on the bottom. So now each wrestler has a stall warning. And if Scott can stay on that arm, stay on the outside like that, he'll be the aggressor and he can win this match, but too much time left.
45 seconds. 2-0 lead for Carl Scott.
We saw Zachariah hit a Peterson at the end of, quick point for Paulsboro there. Zachariah stalling, and 1 point has been awarded to Scott. So this is the situation now. If Zachariah is in any type of position for a reversal, Scott probably just wants to give up the 2 or the 1. So now it's a stalling against Paulsboro.
So it's 3-1.
Exactly. Now Scott's in a position where if Zachariah is in a reversal, he's just got to give him the 1 point.
Zachariah thinking reversal, 21 seconds to go.
Scott can only afford to give up 1 point. Doesn't want a reversal.
Switch tried by Zachariah.
Scott holds onto that leg and pushes up, but he's got to make an active move because he'll be hit by stalling again.
12 seconds to go. Scott trying to ride him out for a big win for Paulsboro. 5 seconds.
Enough time for a reversal. Scott can't get sloppy here. If anything, he's got to give 1.
All right, that's it.
That was the one. This is the match that Paulsboro needed.
All right, Scott wins at 3-1. Paulsboro's lead builds to 15-9, and we'll take a break from Paulsboro High. So Paulsboro has a 6-point cushion after the good win by Carl Scott at 135 pounds, 3-1 over Ron Zachariah. Mark Bay against Dave Nyman in another real good pairing at 140 as Bay comes in with a 12-3 record and Nyman with a 13-2. Now some pressure really, Nick's shifting a bit to Paul VI.
The next few weight classes are crucial for Paulsboro, and they need to split them. Paul VI, if they can come away with Nyman winning at 145, Franklin winning, and then Sparks winning at 52, they've got a legitimate shot at winning this match.
So Paulsboro, after losing 3 close ones, finally gets a close win as Carl Scott does a job at 135. Bay and Nyman at 140 pounds. 1:16 to go in the first period. Mark Bay of Paulsboro, Dave Nyman of Paul VI going at each other as we get into the middleweight categories.
Mark Bay, what a nice wrestler he's turned into. Last year he wrestled varsity, was wrestling at a higher weight class. Now he's settling down. He's in a more comfortable weight class.
And having a nice season.
Possibly the starting quarterback for Paulsboro next year.
I believe he got poked in the eye, accidentally, of course. Nyman showing that aggressive move that Eagle wrestlers have been showing all night.
And that's going to be a stall warning against Paulsboro.
Well, that's been their strategy, to shoot quickly, and it paid off at the earlier weights.
30 seconds.
.29 seconds to go, first period, and no score between Bay and Nyman. We've had a lot of scoreless first periods tonight.
But Nyman was in on that takedown. He's got to bring Bay down to get it, and he does.
He gets the takedown.
Just a whistle, an incidental whistle. Inadvertent on behalf of by Jackson. And
Barry said, I'm sorry, but he doesn't get the takedown. So Nyman leads it 2-0 with 19 seconds to go in the period. Nyman, very physical wrestler.
Really is. He looks like he's the stronger of the two out there.
Got that stocky wrestler's build. You were never really stocky, Nick.
I was just huge.
Huge?
Yeah.
I've heard you call a lot of things, but I don't think huge is one of them.
Oh. I guess being out away from the sport for so many years, you really lose sight of what you really were.
Well, you were good enough to win, 80-some career matches?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Now you know. Come on, everybody. All wrestlers know that. That's the end of the first period, and a tight one between Neiman and Bay. A 2-0 lead for Dave Nyman.
Bay has chosen the bottom position to start the second period.
Paulsboro with a 15-9 lead. Each team has won 3 matches, and the difference in the team scoring is the pins by Love and Ricky Tucker. Nyman breaking down Bay. 12 seconds into the second period. Other than the 2 pins, every match tonight has been very closely contested. Good counter by Nyman.
Good stand up by Bay, but Nyman's doing a good job by holding on to him. See if Bay makes another attempt on a stand up.
Minute 34 left in the second. Another good breakdown by Nyman.
Bay in a Peterson situation could come away with some points. It's got Nyman in a little bit of trouble. May get one out of this.
Two-one. Good job by Mark Bay getting the point. And he's right back in it. 2-1 lead now for Dave Nyman. Minute 8 to go in the second. And a semi-critical point in the match here. Nyman would like a
good ankle pick.
Takedown. Bay loses the chance.
You could see Bay was trying for that ankle pick, extended himself. Nyman just reached down and peeled that arm right off.
52 seconds to go in the second. Bay, the aggressor, coming out after Nyman. Nyman very strong on his feet. Strong legs. 140-pound match.
Stalling against Paulsboro. 1 point for Nyman.
Not a big point. Gives him a 3-1 lead. Changes the ball game. Now a takedown by Bay just gets him even, and a takedown by Nyman gives him a 4-point cushion. .23 seconds to go in the second. Hard to believe, Nick, in 3 weeks, the Group 1 tournament, then the districts, then the regionals, then the states, not far away. Single by Bay, good chance here.
13 seconds left, he's got 2.
Great job by Bay, gets it even at 3-3 with 9 seconds to go in the period.
Boy, if Bay can hold on to him with these 9 seconds, that takedown's going to help a lot.
And now Bay has to be very careful here. Does not want to give Nyman any points in these final 9 seconds of the period.
And I'm sure he'll be explosive here. Let's watch Nyman. Wasn't explosive as I thought. It goes for a Granby, a nice follow by Bay.
Good job by Bay, and counters at the buzzer. 3-3. Another excellent pairing, Nyman and Bay, and they go into the final 2 minutes, deadlocked at 3. Well, we've had some of the closest pairings tonight, Nick, that you could possibly hope for. 4 matches so far decided by 2 or 1 points. Then this one tied at 3.
Another Granby roll by Nyman, a nice follow by Bay.
You know, you remarked, Nick, the improvement in Mark Bay this year is absolutely extraordinary, isn't it?
Really is, and he's now got the experience, the mat presence that he may be able to win some of these close ones, the ones that last year he would have lost.
There's a big point for Nyman. He leads at 4-3, and now a situation where either wrestler might be able to pull this one off via takedown. Bay still has a good chance to win it.
They're in a position, whoever wants it the most.
Excellent crowd here tonight, a turnaway crowd among those in attendance. Single by Mark Bay. Kevin Ross, the Kansas City Chief, former Paulsboro athlete, is here. Bay!
He's got the wizard in. No takedown yet. Nyman doing a nice job with this wizard. If Bay can just limp arm out, he'll get the 2. No points.
No 2. Good job. What a job by Dave Nyman, but give both wrestlers a lot of credit in this one. They're showing us a lot of skills.
When Bay's able to get underneath of Nyman, when he's able to get that single leg, he's able to take Nyman down. And he's got the single again. But Nyman doing a good job with the wizard, fighting Bay off. Good ankle pick to a double. Good job by Nyman. Countering, here's a stalling against Paul VI. That's his first stall warning for the match. Again, if Bay wants to win this, he's got to get underneath of Nyman.
Bay looks very confident.
Just can't Just can't get overconfident at this point because he's losing. He's in on a double. Not able to get it.
Throwing everything at Nyman. Mark
Right.
Bay doing a great job at losing 4-3. Long way to go, 48 seconds.
45 seconds.
$32 seconds. Oh, an excellent match at 140 pounds. Nyman and Bay putting on a show. Nyman leads it 4-3, comes after Bay.
He's got the
Bay!
ankle kick, not able to follow through with it. If he can throw the cross body leg in, that's a takedown because Bay's got the left leg in. He's got the cross body in. But Nyman able to fight it off.
17 seconds to go. Critical point in this match tonight. Nyman trying to hang on.
And he's going to get the takedown. Nyman will get this takedown.
Stalemate called with 6 seconds to go.
Oh, that was an interesting call by Jackson, calling a stalemate. Gotta remember-
4-3 lead for Nyman, 6 seconds to go. Bay has to get in quickly. Not going to do it. 1 second, that'll do it. Another tremendous match, Nick. And that is the 4th match that Paul VI has won by 1 point tonight. Ahern, Hershen, Walsh, and Nyman have all won by 1 point. Paul VI, however, trails 15-12.
Unbelievable. You know, if Paul VI stays as close as they're doing now, Bob, it's going to come down to the heavyweight.
So we've had 4 tight matches, Nick, or 5 tight matches out of 7. And Paul VI has won 4 of the 5. The only one that they haven't won that was close was Carl Scott's 3-1 win over Zachary at 135. And still the big, look at this quick takedown by Franklin over Vogening. Jason Vogening quickly taken down, trails at 2-0. Vogening trying to reverse and gets a point. So 2-1 for Tom Franklin, who has a 12-2 record. Jason Vogening is 4-5. And boy, Franklin showing a lot of aggressiveness.
And there's no question Franklin won 6 points for his team.
4-1 lead and another takedown. You got to feel for Jason Vogening a little bit, Nick, because he's kind of been the sacrificial lamb for the Raiders this year, moving up and down the lineup to different weight classes. It's been a tough year on him.
Yeah, it really has. But it just shows what type of athlete and what type of character the young man has. You know, a lot of people will just say, hey, I quit. I don't want to be a part of this. I've been embarrassing myself. But, you know, he's a great team player, and you really can't say enough about Jason Vogening, along with his brother Mark. You know, come from a great family, and
John Vogening,
you just
wife
want
Betty.
A lot of people like him.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mark up at Gettysburg College. Great school, Gettysburg.
Why that? You didn't go there, did you?
Well, yeah. but
Oh, the alma mater.
Jason in for a single, trying to get this match even. Trails 4-2. He's not giving up. Been taken down twice in the first minute. 145-pound battle. Paulsboro still leading at 15-12, even though Paul VI has won 4 out of 7 matches. Another escape for Vogening. It's 4-2.
1 minute.
55 seconds in the first period.
But between Vogening and the next weight class, Palladino, one of them has got to win. One of those 2 wrestlers for Paulsboro has to win.
Franklin has a takedown. He has Vogening on his back in trouble. Jason trying to get out of it.
Oh, what a great job he did. But he's right back out again. And he's about 6 inches away. This could be it. Vogening in some trouble. He's got the double grapevine in.
Vogening battling for his life
That's it.
here.
And that's it.
The pin, a 6-pointer for Tom Franklin with 23 seconds to go in the first period. Franklin, a big 6-pointer over Vogening. Paul VI back in the lead, 18-15. Don't go away. This one really heating up at Paulsboro High School. John Palladino against Jeff Sparks at 152. Paul the 6th back in the lead, 18-15 on the pin by Tom Franklin at 145. Bob Shryock along with Nick Burzichelli. We expected a good match tonight, Nick. I haven't been disappointed.
No, this is the best $2 I paid to get in.
You paid to get in?
Well, yeah. I have to make a donation to my alma mater.
Palladino and Sparks, both with 500 records on the season, so this one probably could go either way. And a takedown for Sparks, leads it 2-0. That pin by Franklin ignited the crowd, ignited the Paul the 6th bench.
Sure, Paul the 6th has won all the close ones so far. All the close ones.
And
Palladino, a lot of pressure on Palladino because he's got to come up with a win. I'm convinced this is a key match, and he needs to win this match for Paulsboro to have a shot at it.
Well, Nick, we really haven't talked about the streak, but despite the tie by Delsey, great effort by Steve Isles and his crew just about a week ago, Paulsboro still has that long streak of not losing over 100 matches.
Well, that's
reversal. Good one by Palladino.
You know, Palladino can come and win this match. You got Redmond, 16-0 at 160. You got Farrelly, 11-5 against an opponent, 2-5. You got Butko, which is going to be a key match because they wrestled. Keegan and Butko wrestled last year, and you got Benny and Whalen at heavyweight. This is going to be a pivotal match. See Palladino trying to shrug through. Didn't quite clear his arms. Oh, excuse me. That isn't Palladino. That's Jason Vojanine. Didn't quite shuck through, and you saw Franklin step over in a double grapevine.
That was the pin by Franklin. 3-2 lead for Palladino over Sparks at 152.
And you can see the momentum has changed. Sparks is out there. He's wrestling extremely tough.
4-3 lead now for Jeff Sparks of Paul the 6th. It's been a back and forth match tonight. Paul the 6th led 6-0. Raiders tied it at 6. Paul the 6th back in front 9-6, and Paulsboro took a 15-9 lead. Now the Eagles have regained the lead at 18-15 on consecutive wins by Nyman and Franklin. Five seconds to go first period. And a stall
against Sparks of Paul the 6th.
5 seconds to go in the period. So Sparks rides out Palladino into the first period. Another close one, 4-3 lead for Sparks. Yeah, Nick, you just mentioned about the last four matches. You figure Redmond's going to win at 160. It would be an upset of monumental proportions if he didn't. Then it comes down to how Farrelly, Bucko, and Benny can do in the top three weights.
Right, and we know what happened against Delsey. They didn't come through. And we're in another big match situation, and you wonder if that's playing part right now.
Well, Farrelly should be favored against a wrestler who's only won twice at 171. Bucko has a tough customer in Mark Keegan, who's won 11 times.
Well, you know, they may not even wrestle each other. This is going to be key because we'll see at 160, Paul the 6th has to put their wrestler on the mat first. We're going to see what happens there because those weight classes down from 160 down, we're going to see some weight changes, I think.
Sparks with the top position. 125 to go in the second. 4-3 lead for Sparks. Both of these wrestlers with 500 seasonal records. Minute to go in the second period. No scoring so far here in the second. Sparks has a 4-3 advantage.
Good cross body ride by Sparks. He's able to keep Palladino's hips on the mat.
A Paulsboro point, the second stall call against Sparks, so we have a 4-4 tie. Paulsboro fans have been screaming for that one. They know they're wrestling, Nick. That's one thing about Paulsboro fans. They know what they're talking about.
Well, even if they didn't, they still wanted it.
No, I seriously, you know, when you talk about wrestling fans being savvy about their sport, as we look at Gary Papa, the very successful Paul VI mentor, you have to say the Paulsboro fans would certainly be among the tops in terms of wrestling knowledge.
Well, they not only follow the wrestling in the dual meet season, but they also follow right up to the individual matches up in Princeton. So they're able to get great exposure, and that's a great tribute to the program itself because the team's able to go on further than any other teams.
20 seconds to go in the period. It's a 4-4 tie. Sparks just trying to get out of the period without giving up any more points so he can have the bottom position in the third. 10 seconds to go. And this is pivotal. He doesn't want to give Palladino any points here late in the second.
Sparks has got to make a move on top to show some type of aggression. He's got to throw some halves because he'll be called for stalling again.
So they're tied at 4 with 2 minutes to wrestle. Paul VI with a lead of 18-15 in the team match. On deck, Joe Redmond and Eric Schmidt. We'll see one of the best wrestlers in the state of New Jersey. Paulsboro's Joe Redmond.
Caution against Palladino.
Sparks would love a win here to give his team a little bit of padding going into these next couple of bouts. Paul VI wants a chance getting to heavyweight. They want to have an opportunity to win it there. A win by Palladino here and wins by Redmond, Forelli, and Bucko. Obviously, it's over. Palladino could really give his team a big boost if he can win this one. Minute 40 to go, 4-4 tie. And still 90 seconds to wrestle. Not one of the most exciting matches we've had tonight, Nick.
It really isn't, only because there's so much riding on it. Both wrestlers know that a win for either team could possibly mean the match.
That kind of situation can create a 10-80 performance, can it?
I would think, you know, you don't want to make any mistakes so that your opponent capitalizes and you lose the match.
Sparks really hasn't done much since the first period. Top or bottom, 1:10 to go. It's still a 4-4 tie. The way this one is going, it could very well wind up a draw.
Palladino, if he can just make, there's 1 point for Paulsboro, and possibly maybe 2, because this may be a second one. It's a stalling. So there was a stalling on red on top, stalling on bottom.
So it's 5-4 for John Palladino.
We'll
and
see
now
if
Sparks has to make a move. Barry Jackson talking to the official scorers table.
that could be a 2-point stall. Yes, it is. That's 2 points for Palladino for that one stall. Or really for the third stall.
Yeah, that makes it 6-4 for Palladino.
But there's a lot of time left.
59 seconds.
And Palladino was called for stalling.
So he has to be aggressive.
Yep, no question. He's going to be on top. He's got to start throwing some halves, breaking it down. And it's going to be a 1 point. Barry went over and checked it again. It's 1 point for Sparks.
All right, now it's 6-5. Let's get that score right. Palladino leading, and Sparks, although he's on the bottom, still in a position to win this match. So we've got it straight. Sparks trying to come out and reverses that quickly, and he leads it 7-6. How about this turnabout?
Well, Palladino was beat off the whistle. He wasn't paying attention. wasn't paying attention, and Sparks beat him on the whistle.
Potentially dangerous is called by Barry Jackson. Let's set the scene. 45 seconds to go. A 7-6 lead for Sparks, who has the top position. Paul VI leading at 18-15. Now Sparks will try to ride out Palladino and give his team 3 big points.
Now Sparks has got to be aggressive on the top. He's got to throw some halves because Barry Jackson's going to be looking for it.
30 seconds to go. Sparks trying to hang on, but not appearing very aggressive. He has to be very careful here.
As long as he's doing that little movement right there, as long as he's keeping that tight waist near arm and hipping into Palladino, he's not going to be called for stalling because he's trying to tight waist near arm tilt.
10 seconds to go. Jeff Sparks, Paul VI.
There it is. That's going to be stalling on the top, man. There it is. Palladino's going to win the match.
Oh, wow.
That's a 2-pointer. Let's see what happens here. That's a disqualification. Disqualification. That's a 6-point win for Palladino.
Unbelievable.
Sparks never took advantage, never knew what was happening out there. Palladino won the match by disqualification. That's unbelievable, Bob. I've never seen that.
And Nick, that comes with 4 seconds to go in the match. It gives Paulsboro a 21-18 lead.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Jeff Sparks disqualified with 4 seconds to go. The disconsolate Paul VI bench, and instead of winning the match and giving Paul VI a 21-15 lead, it is now Paulsboro in the lead, 21-18 on the disqualification.
Now Paul VI has to put their man on the mat first, so we'll see what happens here. I think they're checking the head table. Okay, Watson is on the mat. They made the move. They moved Watson down to 160, and now Pirelli's going to follow him at 160 because the strategy is Redmond will follow Schmidt because they feel Schmidt is the better wrestler.
Nick, that was a 9-point swing. Instead of 3 for Paul VI, it's 6 for Paulsboro. How about that for a damaging moment for Paul VI?
That's unbelievable. I don't even know if Sparks really was aware of how close he was from being disqualified.
So we have Pirelli against Watson now at 160. And Paulsboro, in a shocker, leads at 21-18 on a disqualification.
What a courageous call by Jackson. That's a tough one. I mean, how many seconds were left? 4 seconds left in the match. And it was a stalling, which meant a 16 points for Paulsboro, 9-point swing.
1:19 to go first period. It's no score for Pirelli and Watson. But the crowd is stunned, Nick. The Paul VI bench, mean, 9 points.
I'm kind of taken back also. That's going to be a 2-point, no, it's going to be a potentially dangerous. They're going to stop the match.
And Watson appears to have injured his knee. He's holding his left knee. Coach Papa is out too.
Yeah, that was another situation where, Watson hurt his knee on that ankle pick by Pirelli. You just hope that he's able to continue the match. Right, if Watson's unable to continue,
that's an injury default.
It'll injury default for Paulsboro because no penalty point was awarded.
No,
so it's just an injury.
He's all right. Can't get over that, Nick, because Sparks had trailed 6-5, reversed to lead 7-6. All he had to do was ride Palladino out.
Well, no, that's the key, Bob. What he had to do was fake some half Nelsons, fake a crossface, fake something that looked like he was the aggressor trying for a pin.
Right.
He stayed perpendicular with Palladino the whole match. He had his knee between his legs, and he just rode him out, and that's what stalling is. I'm really basically speechless also because, Palladino wasn't working on as the aggressor also, and Paulsboro comes away with 6 points.
Single by Pirelli.
And Pirelli's going after this match big time.
Yeah, he gets a takedown. 2-0 lead for Forelli. Forelli with 11 wins in the season. Watson has only wrestled 7 varsity matches and has only won 2 of them.
If Forelli could possibly shut the door here. If he can get 6 points here and Redmond can come up with 6, that should shut the door.
"20 seconds to go first period. 2-0 lead for John Forelli. Forelli and Watson have both moved down to 160.
15 seconds.
And Jackson calling a potentially dangerous with 11 seconds to go in the period. So a disqualification could have a bearing on the South Jersey wrestling rankings this week.
That
5
was
seconds.
That was a key match. No question about it. I knew going in that Forelli was going to follow Watson wherever he went, and Schmidt and Redmond were going to wrestle. But it had a potential of going down to the heavyweight if Sparks would have won that match.
Well, we have all kind of camera people here tonight.
That's Paulsboro mat maids.
They the mat maids?
Yeah, they're the mat maids. They video the matches, and then they'll review them tomorrow on Sundays. They'll come in the gymnasium and review them.
Hey, that's quite an entourage Paulsboro Wrestling has with umpteen coaches and mat maids. Everybody but Slick. Oh, there's the head coach, Paul Marina.
And his entourage.
Yeah, Vince Testa with his suspenders. Love that outfit Vince has on. And a neutral gives Forelli a 3-0 lead.
Now Forelli can't get overconfident here because Paul VI has been coming at Paulsboro the whole night.
Minute 20 to go in the second. 3-0 lead for John Forelli.
Watson in on that single.
Paul VI, #1 ranking in all the South Jersey polls in jeopardy. And Paulsboro trying to recapture its supremacy in those ratings. Good single now, a double to a single by Watson. 55 seconds in the period.
Watson's still coming at Forelli. You know, he's still in this match. He's only losing 3-0. And Paul VI has not quit all night. They've won all the close matches.
.39 seconds to go in the period. Forelli has been in command of this one, although his lead is just 3 points.
Good shot by Forelli.
Tough
Took the
takedown.
aggression on that.
And he's
got Watson a little bit of trouble here.
Long way to go.
30 seconds left.
Long way to go in the period. Forelli would love to finish him off.
Watson's doing a real good job here. He's turning the other way. Now Forelli can just walk it to the head. Unable to do it. Good job by Watson, bellying down.
Near fall makes it 8-0 for Forelli. He is firmly in command now with 5 seconds to go in the period.
Paulsboro wants to, if Forelli needs to take advantage of this, he's got to start pushing Watson in the third period. He's got to start collecting more points and really start pushing him.
2 minutes left at 160 pounds, and Forelli having a fairly easy time with Watson.
And he's taking the neutral position for the third period. Feels he's the aggressor on his feet, and he's in on a single.
Forelli coming off a great football season for Paulsboro High School. Runners up in the Group 1 tournament.
And stalling against Watson of Paul VI. One thing about being in this gymnasium, only seats about 600, maybe 800 people, is that it can become explosive. I mean, this is a tight rivalry. Just looking around at the stands, I can see some arms swinging and people yelling back at each other.
The Dungeon.
Yeah, what a great name. What a great name that was put upon this place.
Well, you told me before the match that you thought that this wrestling here meant some team points to Paulsboro anytime they came out.
Right, I would think wrestling in Paulsboro has got to be a minimum of 6 points. It's an intimidating place to be at. It's so close to the mat. Good call by Jackson. You got to watch when Pirelli off the whistle, he'll step back, and that's where the stalling's given. But getting back, it's such an intimidating gymnasium. It's not exactly the warmest. You got the rafters up top, no windows.
There used to be windows here.
Right. I guess once the win streak started going, they they blocked them.
Exactly 1 minute to go. 8-0 lead for Pirelli. He's had no difficulty.
But Pirelli needs to get some more points here. He's got to take the pressure off of Redmond. He's got to take it off of Bucko because Bucko's got a tough match, and he's definitely got to help out with Benny. So he needs the points here. He's got an opportunity to help the team out big time, and he needs to take advantage of it. It's going to be double stalling.
So a point each way makes it 9-1. .35 seconds to go. Pirelli looking for his 12th win of the season. More importantly, looking to boost the team lead. Trying to maneuver around for another takedown.
It was a good shot by Watson, and Pirelli was able to extend him and get out of it.
20 seconds to go in the match.
Another good. Watson's in on Pirelli's leg. Pirelli's got to get his head up.
10 seconds. Pirelli gets
good
out of it.
Good job by Pirelli. What a nice job that was,
and
boy.
gets a takedown.
5 seconds left. Got the takedown.
More.
Going for more. But that's time.
That'll do it. Pirelli with a big win for Paulsboro. Setting up the Redmond match. The team score now 25-18. We'll be back. Quick takedown for Joe Redmond at 171 pounds as Redmond and Eric Schmidt move up. Paulsboro now leading at 25-18, and Nick, a pin here by Redmond, and the team match is over.
And here it goes. Redmond knowing exactly what he has to do. He's a team leader on this team. He's a captain. He's going right for it. It could be it.
Look at this. Joe Redmond trying to end it. That's it. Paulsboro has defeated Paul VI, barring any team penalty points. The score now 31-18, and it took Redmond only 36 seconds to go 17-0. The Paulsboro fans rejoicing, the Paul VI fans glum, and Paulsboro, Nick, unless they give up any team penalty points, have defeated #1 ranked Paul VI.
And let's see who they're bringing on the mat now. They're bringing out Joe Benny. They're moving Benny down. Benny's going to wrestle Whalen. And we'll see Bucko move up to heavyweight.
Joe Benny and Jason Whalen. Paulsboro leading 31-18. Redmond with the big pin. The team leader, one of the great wrestlers in the state of New Jersey, and he made quick work of Eric Schmidt.
Let's make a correction on this, Bob. This is Keegan. They kept Keegan at 189. They brought Benny down to wrestle him. Keegan is definitely the better of Whalen, and they're going to move Bucko up to wrestle Whalen.
And Keegan trying to finish off Benny, doing a great job here, looking for an early pin.
Benny's doing a tough job. Keegan, 11-4, beat Bucko last year. Going out and doing a job for Paul VI, and we're going to see probably Bucko wrestle Whalen if they choose to put a man on the mat.
Minute 5 to go as Keegan tries to pin Benny here in the first period.
Benny can get his left arm through. He'll get out of this, and here he goes. Nice job by Benny.
5-0 lead for Keegan on the near fall, but Benny avoids being pinned.
So a decision made by Paul VI to send Keegan on at 189, probably knowing that Bucko would move up and they would just split the points here. Probably think that Keegan will pin Benny and Butko will pin Whalen.
Benny in trouble again. Keegan really doing a number on him. 20 seconds to go in the period. 15 seconds. Another near fall. That's 6 back points for Keegan in the first, leads at 8-0. But the drama kind of going out of this match after the rapid pin by Redmond closed out Paul VI. Big first period for Mark Keegan. He leads at 8-0. You have to go back to the disqualification at 152 pounds, Nick. If Sparks had hung on to win that match, the score would be now 21 for Paul VI and 25 for Paulsboro, so the match would still be alive.
Right, and I think it would have went down to the heavyweight. I wouldn't know who would have won, but it would have went down to the heavyweight.
And Keegan having no trouble so far with Benny here, as the wrestlers are at 189 pounds. Benny dropping down. 10-8 now. 2 more back points for Keegan. Keegan all over Benny.
Now, if Benny can just get a couple points, make it close, only give up the 3-point decision, it'll help the team out a lot.
Paul VI warmed up last week with 2 tight wins. Nick, 30-25 win over Cherry Hill East, 31-26 over that Buna team you were talking about. So although they're number 1, they've had some tight matches.
That's stalling against Benny on the bottom.
Minute to go, second period. It's been all Mark Keegan. It's 10-0 for Keegan. Got to tell you, Nick, I was kind of hoping in a way it would get down to heavyweight. I wanted a rematch of last year when
4 seconds away from doing that, I thought.
Yeah.
That Palladino Sparks match.
Redmond looks ready, Nick, for a drive to a state championship to me.
He's got to be one of the top wrestlers at the 160-pound weight class. Key is to be injury-free and take one match at a time.
12-0 now as Keegan works towards possible technical fall. $15 seconds to go.
Good cradle by Keegan. Real tough wrestler.
More back points, and
could be it. He's got Benny in trouble.
Yeah, this will be it.
Unless Benny's got that left arm up.
2 seconds to go. If it's 3, it's the match. And that'll do it. It'll be a technical fall win by Mark Keegan. 15-0 over Joe Benny. So that makes the score 31-24. Good job by Mark Keegan of Paul VI. And apparently we're going to have a forfeit, are we?
I would think.
Yeah.
I would think. I wouldn't want to send Whalen in against Bucko.
So that'll make the final score from Paulsboro 37-24 as Paulsboro defeats the number 1 ranked team in South Jersey. We'll be back and wrap it up right after this. Happy gang of Paulsboro guys. Now, Paul, congratulations on the great win. Joe Redmond, congratulations to you and your team. 37-24, Paul, but it really wasn't that easy.
No, nah, it was tough. They started on the coin flip. That coin flip was very important to us, and when we got the coin flip, I think that really sparked us up a little bit.
They won the tight ones early, but you had, of course, the couple big early pins, which certainly countered those close decision losses.
Yeah, well, I feel even the ones we lost down at the bottom with Vic and Mike Sakala, they set the mood because they were wrestling tough, and they were just wrestling good people, and you lose like match by 1 point, which we did. Like we lost 4 matches by 1 point earlier in the match there, and we picked up some surprising pins, and especially that pin by Ricky Tucker, and I'll tell you, that's cool. It comes from a sophomore like that. He showed me a little something tonight.
Joe, what was the team attitude coming in, going up against the #1 team? Kind of unusual for Paulsboro to go in against a team that's on top of them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, usually we're on top, and it was funny to be second and coming in the underdog. Guys were ready for this. We prepared this. Last year we were talking about this match. The guys were getting ready. We were in the locker room. We were making noise and just getting ready. I think we just wanted it more than them guys over there, and we showed out on the mat.
Joe, it's clearly you knew what the score was going into your match, and you made quick work of your guy. Did you want to get him quickly?
Well, I just wanted to go out there and just, I knew he wouldn't be able to last 6 minutes with me, so I just wanted to go out there, and it just so happened that I caught him in one of my best moves, which is on top and with a Hamilton ride, and I just threw it on him and pinned him.
I just have a question for Paul. Coach, the coin flip you mentioned was very important. You went after with the new rule about home and odd and so on. Was Redmond playing a big factor in that with him down that far?
Definitely. I felt if we were even 6 points down going into Joey's match, we were in good shape with the coin flip. I was going to send Joey out with the tougher of the 2 kids at 170 and 60, and I still thought he could get 6 points for us there, and hopefully John get the win. And then definitely with Bucko, I want him to go against the lesser guy if we needed it, and lesser tougher guy if we needed it. So it worked out well for us, and I'm really proud of these guys.
Paul, we might still be wrestling if it had not been for the disqualification, because, of course, that was a 9-point swing.
Yes, it was. But there's a situation where John Paladino just kept moving, and when we emphasize to our guys, you keep moving and keep working hard, things are going to go your way, and that was a prime example. He kept working for his base, coming out, and hey, the person was stalling on top, and there's no doubt about it. And I felt, you can't say it was given to us, because I feel he still worked hard for that disqualification. So.
Joe, the Delsey tie, did that kind of wake you guys up a little bit? It looked like you got ready.
Yeah, that was a real downer for us. I mean, we were going in the match thinking that we'd beat them pretty good, and that tie just got us ready, and we just made us work harder for Paul VI, because we knew Paul VI would be a lot better team than Delsey.
Does this set you up pretty well for the rest of the season? Tough one against Vineland next week, and of course then the tournament coming up, Joe.
Yeah, it's getting our team ready. See what kind of character we got, and see what our guys are really made of, and it's showing out here. We work hard down there, and you can see it right out here on the mat.
Okay, guys, congratulations on a great match.
Thank you.
Okay, Nick. I suppose you would have to say that this one sort of lacked some of the drama that last year's did, when it went all the way down to the final seconds, with Paulsboro prevailing by a point on the Dubzanski late point, but it was still a great match.
It really was. Right down from Paul VI at the 103. They won all the close ones. Paulsboro really could never break away and make a real stance at the match. And the Paladino match, the 9-point swing that you mentioned, that was key, and from then on, Paulsboro just took it.
Of course, the disqualification, we didn't really have time to talk about it, but probably altered the strategy down the stretch.
No, it really did, because as Coach Marina mentioned, the coin flip now is so crucial, and they won the coin flip at the beginning of the match, so they had to put, at the 160-pound match, Paul VI had to put their opponent on the match first. So Joe Redmond was following, as Paul said, the better of the wrestlers, and it played right into their hands.
Did Paulsboro prove it's #1 tonight?
I think so. They still have to wrestle Vineland. Vineland's tough. They beat Highland. You have to take one match at a time.
Okay, Nick, it was a great one. Final score again from Paulsboro High School. The Red Raiders, 37. #1 ranked Paul VI, 24. For Nick Burzichelli, this is Bob Shryock from Paulsboro High School. Thanks for watching.